Hello everyone, so we are back with the weekly Zera Shimshon on the Parasha. So this week's Parasha, Parshat Lecha. So we have a beautiful Zera Shimshon talking about Ishmael. So the Zera Shimshon, before we talk about what the Zera Shimshon is saying, let's talk about a little bit the story of the Parasha. The Parasha tells us that Hagar, the Sarah Imenu, she was married with Abraham and she couldn't have children. So since she didn't have kids, she told Abraham, maybe you will marry my slave, my servant. She was Hagar, her name was Hagar, and maybe you will have kids from her, and then in the merit of me bringing my servant as a rival in the house, I will have the merit my staff Hashem will give me a child. So this is what happened. Sarah gives her servant to Abraham. Abraham marries Hagar, the servant, and then he has a child. The child, Ishmael. When Hagar was pregnant, she started making fun and joking about Sarah. She used to say, Sarah, she's not a tzaddiket, she's not a righteous woman. Why? Because you see, she is the cause of the problem. The only reason why Avraham and Sarah don't have kids because she has a problem. Avraham doesn't have a problem. Hashem wants to grant him kids. Look, you see, the second he marries Hagar, she has children. So she made Hagar made Sarah suffer. So Sarah got very upset and she got back to Hagar and she made Hagar suffer a lot to the point that even while she was pregnant, she ran away from the house of Abraham. While she ran away, the angel came to Hagar and spoke to her, and he told her to return to the house of Abraham and to accept the suffering of Sarah. That it's okay if she gets the suffering, and to no worry she will have a son, and the son will be called Ishmael. And also the angel tells her, the son you're going to have is going to be a Pere Adam. What's a Pere Adam? The Mefashim explain, a Pere Adam means a criminal, somebody that's living in the desert. He doesn't need any help. He can live like a savage. Just in the desert and with his own physical strength, he can survive. Basically, he doesn't need society. And nobody will be ruling over him, only himself and from his own nation, and no other nation will be ruling over him. This is Ishmael. So it's very interesting. The Zera Shimshon asks, why is the angel telling Hagar that a son will be a Pere Adam? What type of blessing is that? It's not a blessing. He's going to be a criminal. Oh, beautiful. I'm very happy to know my unborn son his future will be a criminal. Who wants to know that? What type of blessing is that the angel is telling Hagar that the son will be a criminal? And also, how is it connected to what the angel told her right before, to return to her master and to accept the suffering that she's doing to her? So the Zera Shimshon explains something beautiful, and he quotes the Shach ala Torah. The Shach was a student of the Arizal ala Torah. And he says something beautiful. He said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he created the lineage of Am Yisrael, of the Jewish nation, he wanted to be so pure. So he had to clean out the impurities from the lineage. So Avraham Avinu's father, his name was Terach. We had to clean out all the impurity from Avraham before bringing birth to Yitzchak. That's why Ishmael was born. On the same way, also Yitzchak himself still had some impurity that had to be cleaned out with Yaakov and Esav was left out, and only Yaakov. And finally, Yaakov was so pure and perfect that all the 12 kids coming out of him came the 12 Shivatim, the 12 tribes, and everybody were tzaddikim. But you see, first, the cleanse that Avraham had to go in order to be able to clean the Zera, the offspring that's going to come out of him, had to go through a different woman. It couldn't have happened with Sarah. So basically, when Avraham had relations with Hagar and procreated this child, Ishmael, all the impurities in the lineage that Avraham had from his ancestors, everything came out of him to Ishmael. In order for him to be completely clean, for the next time that he's going to have an offspring coming out of him, it will be with Sarah, Imenu the Tzaddiket, and the child will be a Tzaddik Yitzchak. So he had to be going through a cleanse. If Avraham didn't go through that cleanse with Hagar, then the child of Sarah won't be perfect. So really, it was a blessing. The reason why Sarah was not getting pregnant is because Hashem didn't want the impurity to come through her. So because of her righteousness, Hashem made her akara, that she cannot sterile, that she cannot be pregnant. Not only once the impurity came out of Abraham, Hashem opened her womb and she was able to become pregnant. So the angel is telling Hagar, what are you doing jokes on your master, Abraham and Sarah? You're telling about Sarah that she's not righteous? What are you talking about? The child that's going to be born is going to be a Peri Adam. It's going to be a criminal. It's going to be totally impure. All the impurities of Abraham came into you. You just been used as a cleaning. We're doing a cleanse through you to take out all the impurity from the offspring of Abraham. And your child will be Ishmael. It's going to be all the impurity coming out of Abraham. And this is why you have no right to make fun of Sarah Imenu. And therefore, go back home. Go back to the house of Abraham and accept all the suffering. How dare can you make fun of Sarah Imenu? That she is not getting pregnant because she's not righteous. It's the exact opposite. She's not getting pregnant because she is the most righteous. She's not getting pregnant because Hashem doesn't want the impurity to go through her and only going through you, Hagar. And that's why she's not getting pregnant. That's why you, Hagar, go back to the house of Abraham. Go back, get the sufferings from your master Sarah, because she is the righteous one. You getting only the impurities. You're getting Ishmael coming out of you, and is all the impurities coming out of Abraham. Is going to be a Peri Adam, a criminal, not a good person. And right after you cleanse, Abraham is now ready to have another child with Sarah Imenu. That's a decade, the righteous, and she's going to have a kid that's going to be Yitzchak, that's going to be totally pure. And Bezrat Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu shall give us all Hatzlacha, shall give Am Yisrael Hatzlacha to fight against our enemy Ishmael, that Hashem clean out all the impurities from our hearts, to bring Achdut and unity in Am Yisrael between all the Jewish nation, that should all be together with Achdut, all do Teshuvah and come back and return to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu shall set us Geula, Refuah Shelema and Hatzlacha, and all the Jews that were kidnapped during the war shall return safely home, Bezrat Hashem, and Hashem shall give us great success in all the wars in Eretz Israel, and Bezrat Hashem, Mashiach Tzidkenu shall come and redeem us, and bring the Shekhinah back to Yerushalayim HaKodesh, the Beit HaMikdash, back to Yerushalayim HaKodesh, B'mehera B'yamenu, Amen.